When you think of adventure games, what comes to mind? I'm going to assume exploration, boss battles, gathering resources, and cool weapons. Hytale has pretty much all of these, and in the past, I have covered Hytale a lot. Like seriously guys, I have over 100 Hytale videos. Today's topic is on something that I have not seen anybody fully cover before, and that is weapons, so today I'm going to be doing just that. If you want to see more videos like this, then please consider smashing that like button and subscribe, as I upload 2 Hytale videos a week that you certainly wouldn't want to miss. And with all that being said guys, my name is CanadianFlash, and I hope you all enjoy the video. Hey everybody, what is going on? CanadianFlash here guys, and today everybody, we're going to be taking a look at weapons in Hytale. And weapons is pretty much a staple in pretty much every single combat, exploration, and any type of game that has some sort of fighting in it. And Hytale has no shyness towards weapons. So I'm going to first take a look at the different types of rarities in Hytale for the weapons, and maybe even armor as well, because I know there are different types of rarities. It's not only going to be rarities for weapons, there's also rarity for armor, but armor in Hytale is probably going to be on a separate video. So we're going to start off by, I think, what the 4 rarities are going to be. So there is common, there's rare, there's epic, and then there's legendary. There might also be other rarities, but these are the only ones that have been confirmed so far in the game. And it's in this tooltip concept art screenshot. We get to see a torque sword that it says common, you know, has 7 to 13 DPS depending, or 8 to 13 DPS, and like that's probably the average of what it would be. And pretty much like there's different rarities, which is really cool in Hytale. So I assume it's kind of going to be like the sense of Ark Survival Evolved, how they have different like loot drops, like, you know, like the red ones and purple ones are like really cool, but like, you know, the white and the green ones, they're pretty bad. It just depends on the rarity of like the items that you have. So then we have a rare item, which is a soldier's, I can't even say that word, man, soldier's chest plate. And it is a rare item. Oh, as I said, I'll cover armor in another video. And then we move on to the epic rarity, which is the fire sword. We see this sword in the trailer. It's probably the most famous weapon in Hytale so far. We also see it in like that little skeleton battle video. And once again, it obviously does more damage than what the torque sword is, because, you know, it's epic, it's cooler, it's way better. And it even has an effect. It says enemies hit have a chance to be set on fire. So it's not guaranteed, but they have a chance, which is really awesome. And then there is the big category, or the most like rare items, and those are the legendary items. And I think that you probably get these items maybe after a boss battle, or if you go deep into the caves, maybe into like a zone 6 cave or something like that. And this is called the demonic axe, which is, it looks amazing by the way. It is legendary. Apparently it's fast, so I believe it's probably very lightweight, so that's really cool. And it has 2 different effects on it, and that says it consumes the soul of your slain enemies, increasing your damage for a little time. And then it also says some of the damage you deal reflects back onto you, which is really cool. So there is a life steal effect on it, but then also when you hit people, it might even take the life out of you. So that's really awesome. Next up, we're going to talk about all the different type of weapon classes in Hytale, and there's a lot of them. There's absolutely a ton, and you guys will probably be surprised on how many type of classes there are. So I'm going to run through them right now. So number 1, there are staffs. We all know there's going to probably put an elements crystal in the staff, and then you'll be able to maybe master that element and just start shooting like lightning or fire or water or wind out of a staff, or earth, who knows. But yeah, there's staffs in the concept art, and there's staffs even in the trailer. So there is, I think you might even have to be maybe an elf, or you may be like a magician or something or a wizard to use the staffs, who knows. But we see quite a few guys like those skeletons in the zone 2. They have like the the wind crystal staff, so that's really cool. There's also a bunch of daggers in Hytale. Those are really cool. We have the copper, iron, thorium, and cobalt. So we've seen thorium a couple times in some like videos, but daggers, really cool. Everybody loves them. There's also wands in this concept art. It's really cool. And then we move on to this other concept art image, and there is a bunch of different weapons. You know, there's there's like shield. That's not a weapon, it's a shield, but there's shields. We have battle axes, we have clubs, we have like two-handed battle axes, one-handed battle axes, more staffs and wands. We have long swords. There is a lot. There's a spear in this image. There's like regular swords. We have like sharpened clubs at the end. There's a lot to talk about, and I don't know the names of every single weapon here, but man, there is a ton. There's double-bladed axes, you know, it's insane. There's a bunch of different things, and you're definitely not going to run out of weapons to like make and craft in Hytale, and that's going to bring me on to my next point, and that's how you craft weapons in Hytale. And we don't know much, but I believe it's going to have to do something with an anvil and maybe some blueprints, because we have this crafting diagram concept art, and you click the sword, which I assume is weapons, and you have like this sort of blueprint, and it's like I don't know, it has a regular sword, it has like a dagger, it has like a longer sword, it has like a big club, it has an axe, a two-sided axe, and then like a mace, I think it's what it is, and it says armory, so I don't know if the armory is something that you can like make, and then you can use the armory to make your weapons, or it could be like a forge or something like that. And because you see in the trailer how the guy's hammering his sword down, so it might be a forge, might be an armory, but you can also see that the guy did put some what looks to be iron in there, and then there's also like a blank spot with an anvil, and then there is a lock. And then once probably you unlock all those things, you can click the craft button, and then you'll get your sword. So I assume that's how most weapons are going to be crafted in Hytale, besides the legendary ones or other ones like that you can probably find in like loot and stuff like that. I'm not really too sure. Nothing is confirmed so far that if you can craft legendary weapons or like rare and epic ones, maybe the weapons that you can craft are only the common ones, or maybe the rare ones. Maybe you can upgrade them with some different sort of materials. And also in this concept art, there is a bow, and there also is armor. So I assume that this is some type of forge, but then again, I am also not really too sure. There also is another image here. It is like this image of like if you open your inventory, and there are some sort of different rare weapons that are in there. And there also is a workbench, so it's like kind of like your crafting table pretty much, and maybe that's another way that you can make your weapons, but I'm assuming you're going to need an anvil and a forge to melt down the iron though. So in this image we have what looks to be some like gold swords, wood swords, and other like iron swords. There's also some gold helmets in here, which is really cool. But then also there is, on the bottom you have different rare weapons. There is like a golden kind of outlined axe, but I think that's maybe some sort of like starter axe. It's probably not legendary considering it's made out of sticks and like wood, so maybe it's just like some sort of crafting thing. Then there is also a like blue glowing sword, and then there's also like a common version of it, and also like a green version of it. So wait, is green? Yeah, green is not even a rarity on here, so maybe there is another rarity, maybe like uncommon. Maybe a green could possibly be uncommon. And then you have the rare version of it, and you have the common version of it in this inventory. So maybe the rare and uncommon versions of that exact weapon do more damage, maybe have more durability. And then we also have the fire sword in there, which we all know is the epic weapon. I assume that's going to have its known set rarity. And then there are some sort of like cool weapons that we can probably obtain. Like obviously I said before, the fire sword. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we can get like Tessa and Kairos' sword in some of their screenshots. But then there are these ones in this weapons research concept art. We have the Torque Chief Cleaver, the Ethereal Dagger, the Toothy Barbed Club, and the Ruined Runic Sword. So obviously you can probably get the Torque Chief Cleaver from killing Chieftain. You get him, maybe you can hang that on your wall and be like, yeah, I killed the man. Then there is the Ethereal Dagger, which I don't know how that's gonna work. It's kind of just like a mist coming out of a sword, which is cool. Maybe you can like make people breathe it in and they die or something. Who knows? Then there is the Toothy Barbed Club. I assume these are all probably gonna, maybe that's from the Farons. I'm not really too sure. The Ethereal Dagger is probably from the Outlanders. That I just thought of that right now. That could probably be really cool if you kill like maybe the Chief Outlander and it gives you his Ethereal Dagger. That's awesome. But also the Toothy Barbed Club could also be from the Outlanders, could also be from the Farons too. And then there is the Ruined Runic Sword, which I honestly believe will be in one of the caves underground that you'll probably have to fight a bunch of mobs to go and get to. So guys, there is a lot of different weapons in Hytale, and you're probably gonna be playing the game forever if you want to try and craft every single one in like your own little let's play, and I probably will be doing that. I love weapons and everything like that. I want to be the guy who collects every single one. I'll be playing Hytale all the time, as you guys know. I'm sure you guys will play Hytale all the time too. But other than that, guys, that's all I have to say about weapons. If you want more content, if you want to see more content like this, consider hitting that like button and subscribe. I upload 2 Hytale videos every single week. You guys don't want to miss that. But with all that being said, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.